say first in Maine. When you Google best nachos in Dubuque, they're actually second on the list behind Copper Kettle, which they don't have nachos on the menu, so I gotta make a phone call. But we're gonna turn it over here to Jason, and Jason traveled on his honeymoon all up and down the East Coast, eating nachos in Boston. So Jason, first question for you: what makes a good nacho?
Well, as I think about it, here's what I think makes some good nachos. First, you got to have, it all starts with the chips. And I'm looking at the nachos that we have right now. The chips you want to have, well, first, they can't be stale. I think we've all had nachos with stale chips, and that immediately ruins it. You want to have chips that are properly salted, so it all starts with a good chip. After that, and I keep it pretty basic, but I like to think you have a right balance between the amount of toppings and the number of chips you have. You never want to run out of toppings and you just have a bunch of chips left. That kind of ruins it as well. But at the same time, you don't want to just run out of chips and you have a ton of toppings left, and then you got to get the fork out and finish everything for the next half hour. So have a pretty good balance with everything. I do like to have a little bit of extra toppings, a few more toppings than chips. So when you do get done, you can finish off with maybe a bite full or two, but that's about it. Properly melted cheese, and again, as far as the taste factor, that's a little bit of an opinion, but properly salted chips, right amount of toppings, good balance between the number of chips and the toppings. That's my personal preference, and I consider myself a nacho connoisseur.
So next question for Jason here before we dig into the nachos. And I will tell you, the smell is fantastic. I will post the results in the comments of who's winning. Right now, number one in the Make Nachos Great Again tour is the Adobo's food truck, still number one. So Jason, best nacho you've ever had?
Well, the best nachos I've had in Dubuque, I'm going to go back a few years because they're no longer here, but Champps, the Mile High Nachos at Champps were fantastic. Especially awesome was when they had the half-price appetizers after 9 o'clock and you'd get a full Mile High Nachos for $5. That was the ultimate. But those nachos were great. I will give a shout out to the former Ground Round as well. So they're not here anymore, unfortunately. I do like Buffalo Wild Wings. My problem with Buffalo Wild Wings, you go there and get some nachos and a few beers, and you're looking at dropping $30, it seems like. So they're a little bit more expensive. But they would probably, at this moment, get my vote for the best nachos around. I know that's a chain, though, and forgive me for that, but that would be my vote right now at the moment.
That's all right, and we're going to do chains. So now, next part of the review is, like I said, no cheesy taglines. There's no one nacho. Everybody knows the rules here. None of that. We're going to dig in. We're going to grab our first nacho. Okay, and Jason, we have to cheers them. Ooh, look at how that cheese is just sticking right. Oh, yeah. All right, so Jason, ready? We got to cheers them here.
Hold on a second. Let me get a couple.
Cheese is very well melted. Cheese is very, yeah, this is going to be a good bite here.
First impression is good, by the way.
Yeah.
Congratulations. How are they doing?
Wow, that cheese is amazing.
That's good.
I get a little nervous when I do a review of a place that came highly recommended because Jumpers sucked. They came highly recommended. Fat Tuesday sucked. They came highly recommended. But I just want to take a look. Look at this nacho right here. If you don't have some excitement looking at this nacho, there's something wrong with you. Just look at this right here. Okay.
You're welcome.
These are the pulled pork nachos. Pulled pork is, oh my gosh, it's cooked so well. I might do something I've never done before in a nacho review. This might be the first in the history of nacho reviews, but you know what? I do not believe chivalry is dead, so I will let my guest celebrity reviewer make his first review here, 0 to 5. You can use points, you can use halves, you can do that. Fantastic nacho here. The thing I really loved is I posted some hints on Facebook of who my celebrity guest reviewer is. Casey Bryant, good guest. Week of the Bobcat, year of the Bobcat. He also was coach. A lot of people said Jeff Rapp, texted me Jeff Rapp. Very cool. So I surprised you with Jason Luffholtz. I would love to have Casey Bryant, and I would love to have Jeff Rapp on board. So without further review, 0 through 5. I'm already smiling right now because I am going to do something I have never done in a nacho review here. So we're going to turn it over to Jason.
My first impression, I'll say 3.5 out of 5. The reason I say that, a little bit of an opinion here, I just put some of the salsa on there. I would like a few more diced tomatoes in there. I would like some olives on there. Again, I like how they have the melted cheese on there, but I would say even a little bit more cheese as I'm starting to get down to the below the toppings. I like to have some mixed in there. I always felt that, good nachos, sometimes you put half the chips on there, maybe you throw some cheese on there, and then throw some more chips back on there. That almost ensures you don't run out. I'm telling you, I am a nacho professional here, people.
I'm gonna say he's a nacho lightweight because that is an awful review. He gave a 3.5. That is actually what I gave Lot 1, and Lot 1's, they were awful. First and Main, right here. First time in the Make Nachos Great Again tour, they are going to get a 5 out of 5. This is this is the perfect nacho here. Like I said, that pulled pork is cooked to perfection. The cheese, it's runny, but yet it's melted at the same time. Very good. So if you are looking to replace the Champps nachos, if you are looking to replace the ground round nachos, I say you have to stop at First and Main. Best nacho in the Dubuque land area. I don't know. Do we stop the tour here? Since we found the best tour, do we hit Buffalo Wild?